Okay, greetings everybody. Let's show some new records that I picked up while record shopping in fabulous Detroit, Michigan. The first one is Laugh of the Party by Don Bexley, who was Bubba on Sanford and Son. This thing, it's a comedy record. It's a comedy record filled with little one-liners that you can tell at work and everybody will just think you're the most clever thing ever. It's very Red Fox-like, except it's Bubba telling the jokes instead of Red Fox. Definitely worth seeking out anything by Don Bexley as far as comedy routine records. Okay, next one is the Melvins, Pincus Abortion Technician. This little 10-inch double LP is like half original songs and half cover songs. The original songs are standard Melvins fare, and then the cover songs are unbelievable. The cover songs are the selling point for this record, I shouldn't say this record, these records, and boy are they out of sight. You can take your turntable and speed them up, play them at the regular speed that the band wanted you to play it at, or you can slow it down. Either way, this thing is definitely worth picking up. It's interesting. The version of the song I Want to Hold Your Hand is, I don't know how to explain it other than you'll just keep listening to it again and again. It is just strange without being strange, if that makes any sense. Anyway, the Melvins, Pincus Abortion Technician, with the Butthole Surfers tribute here, which there are 2 Butthole Surfers songs on this thing, is definitely worth the money that the store is asking, which hopefully isn't more than 20 bucks. Okay, this next one, or is it 2? Okay, it's 2. Let's put this down. And let's resort this one. Okay. This one is Raiders of the Lost Ark, the movie on record. Actual dialogue, music, and sound effects. This thing is what the title says it is. But it's not. Is there anything? Oh, that's the record. Anyway, it's not. It's kind of I guess the dialogue in this is dumbed down to where like anything that would be against some imaginary god that lots of people believe in is taken out. Any swear words are taken out. But what makes this thing interesting is I think it's first takes, because the dialogue on this compared to the movie, you know, minus the cuts, is different. So if you want to hear like first takes that they didn't use for the movie as far as dialogue, buy this record. It has them. It also has this little booklet. Reminds you of a Kiss record from the 70s. So the Raiders of the Lost Ark, I guess, sound effects and dialogue is definitely worth picking up. It's fun to just sit back and listen to without having to worry about watching the movie. You can just sit back, close your eyes, and listen to that thing and hear dialogue that you never heard before, and hear censored dialogue, which doesn't make any sense because I'm sure back when Raiders of the Lost Ark was, I guess, playing in, the mall theater, you could go see the movie, with all the dialogue complete, and then you could go over to the record store and buy the record album of it, which was like 3 doors down from the cinema, and it was censored. So one area censored, one area not censored. That kind of shows you where censorship really lies, especially in the early 80s. Drop Dead Tipper Gore. Anyway, and Eagle Forum. They were big proponents of censorship. Okay, here is the next record I picked up this week. This is Poison Idea, Pick Your King from Jackpot Records in fabulous Portland, Oregon. And here's the record cover. This Poison Idea record is unbelievable. Just thrashed out, right up there with early DRI, just as catchy, just as memorable. And this thing from Jackpot Records, it shouldn't be too much money. It's definitely worth buying, and it comes with this. The lyric sheet, and a little, I guess, from what Jerry A. Lang, lead singer of Poison Idea, from what he remembers of making the record, that's on this. Very interesting to read. And this thing is just a great Portland, Oregon punk rock record. Okay, let's now move to Los Angeles. And the next 3 records kind of go together. They do go together. Okay, this is NoFX, The Decline. It's the record with 2 songs. One song really, really, really long, and the other song just regular, I guess, length. This is a really good record. Here's the picture disc of that record. One side is the really, really long song played live, and then the other side is just, you know what? I think it's the long song from this. Been a while since I listened to it, but I do know that this picture disc is a live version of that really, really long song called The Decline. Okay, here we go. Let's move on to the new copy, which this is the t-shirt of that long song called The Decline by NoFX, and they have an orchestra backing them up. And here is the record. It's very, very dark red. And on the flip side, it has a song, and I think the song, let's see what it is. Lenny Weam. The song Lenny Weam is kind of, I think it's like a goodbye to the song Linoleum. So if there's ever, any big shows in the future, which I doubt there will be, but you never know, I think they won't be playing the song Linoleum anymore. I think that's like a goodbye to the big hit song they had. And here is the record cover for NoFX, The Decline, live at Red Rocks, which is the record I just showed. And On the back of it, it shows, I guess, a picture of the Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado, and nobody's there. That's kind of funny. Anyway, all three copies that I just showed you of NoFX The Decline are definitely worth buying. The original is a studio recording of the big long song, and the picture disc is a live, kind of slightly crazier version, but I emphasize slightly. This one has an orchestra behind it, and this one is the best version I've heard. It's I guess the most punk rock version. Believe it or not, the one with the orchestra behind him is the most punk rock version of the song Decline by NoFX I've ever heard. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is the Ramones, It's Alive 2. And this vinyl copy of the Ramones, It's Alive 2, has Gabba Gabba Hey etched into the fourth side of the second LP. And here is the album cover. This was a Record Store Day release. And there's what the inside of the Ramones, It's Alive 2 looks like. And the back cover. And this thing was recorded a few days before this record. So, I have to be honest. This Ramones record is basically this. Or should I say, this is basically this. Except for one thing. The second one has the song I Can't Give You Anything on it, where this version does not. This version sounds exactly like this version, since this version was recorded 2 or 3 days before this version. So, should you buy this one? It depends. The one song, I Can't Give You Anything, it's great to hear. It's fun. But this is basically, not even basically, this is this. This is just something new to buy with, different pictures on it, different cover, different things said in between the songs, but the songs on this, they're played pretty much the same as this. Remember, 3 days difference between these two. I have to admit, the addition of I Can't Give You Anything into the set on this recording, it was a mistake not to include it on this recording. And here's what this recording looks like as far as jacket. And I think I got this thing in Riverside, California. No, not Riverside, San Bernardino. There was a punk rock, actually there was a huge record store in San Bernardino. I can't remember the name of it because, it was back in the 80s. And I picked this thing up, and it has the little cut there from the cutout bin. And I remember they had a GBH, Midnight Madness, and Beyond advertisement poster that was really, really big. And it was like stuck on the ceiling or something. And I regret to this day of not offering the guy a $20 bill for it. It was huge. That thing must have been at least 5 feet tall. And it was a GBH, Midnight Madness, Beyond advertisement for the new record poster. And every time I pull this record out and play it, I think of that GBH poster that I really should have gotten. Anyway, the Ramones Live 2. It's worth buying if you don't have this. But it's also worth buying if you don't have the I Can't Give You Anything song played live that should have been on this, if that makes any sense. Anyway, okay, let's get on to the next record. Here it is. You know what? Let's save that one for last. I also came across this beauty. This is Ram Jam. Band from the 70s. They played music that I'm not really interested in. Except for one song. And that song is Black Betty. That's the reason to buy this record. The song Black Betty by Ram Jam is so great. Words can't describe how groovy, rockin', thrashing, imaginative the song by Ram Jam Black Betty is. Unbelievable. If you see this thing, you're only hurting yourself by not picking it up. It's the first song on side 1, and it's the best. You can listen to Black Betty by Ram Jam forever and ever. It's that much fun. Okay, I found this one literally down the street from me. I saw it on the internet a lot. Never for sale. You see advertisements for this thing, but you never see anybody selling one. I've yet to come across anybody selling one of these. And this is the Dead Kennedys, Funland, live at the Rheinerstrasse, live in Bonn, Germany, October 15th, 1980. This is not included in the box set that I showed in an earlier video. This is, when it comes to the Dead Kennedys, I know what I'm talking about. This is the best Dead Kennedys record I've ever heard. Their first one, Fresh Fruit. Their second one, In God We Trust. The third, whatever. It's nothing compared to this. Jello Biafra is excited about something. Something has got him going, like something happened before the show, or a promise of something to happen after the show has caused an energy in Jello Biafra that comes across in this performance. I don't know what to say about this thing. You've got to find it. I found this thing in a record store up the street from me that it was one of those junky record stores, you know, where it's just one Olivia Newton-John and Boston and Bob Seger record after another, and Donna Summer, and just geez, and it smells in there, you know, because those old records, they start to get mildew, and you're flipping through them, and you're getting sick. And the little room that it's in is just piled up with records, and the guy running it is just some old guy, and he's not interested in selling records. In fact, it's like he's hiding from you. I'm sure you've been in record stores like that, where you're in there and you go, wow, am I all alone in here? Is there a proprietor at all? Anyway, I'm going through and I'm trying to find old comedy records, because, you know, kind of that's where you find them, like the Don Bexley one, which, again, anything by Don Bexley is really good. And this thing was amongst the stuff I'm not interested in. But the guy running the store must have known what it was, because he wanted $30 for it. And I was glad to pay it at the time. When I got it home and I listened to this thing, I was more than glad to pay $30 for this record album. Jello Biafra's enthusiasm, not only when he's giving his little speeches in between the songs, but while he's singing these songs, is unmatched. Anything he's ever done in the studio doesn't hold a candle to this thing. I sure wish this thing was brought out on Alternative Tentacles as an official release, you know, kind of cleaned up, because it is a bootleg. It's a good bootleg, but you know, it hasn't been run through the ringer as far as cleaning it up and making it sound good. I really wish he would put this thing out. This is the Dead Kennedys at their very, very best. And this is what the vinyl looks like in true bootleg fashion. All right. I just showed you the best Dead Kennedys record ever. And now I'm going to finish up this video with something really funny. And it has to do with Dave Brockie of Gwar, which, in the words of Jello Biafra, man, that guy knew better. He knew better than to mess around with hard street drugs. Whatever, the past is past. Anyway, this is a t-shirt that my friend Tony Collins from Bullhead City sent me when he was living up in Redding, California, and he went and saw Dave Brockie, because Dave Brockie, aside from Gwar, had a solo career, and this is from 2003, and this is the Dave Brockie Experience, Here We Blow Again tour. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this t-shirt with the dates on the back is because I'm going to read you the dates on the back. I've never seen a band do, you know, as far as like concert t-shirts, you know, dates on the back, Ohio, Los Angeles, stuff like that. And then they named the venue that they played in, like, you know, Portland, Oregon, played at the Roseland Theater on the 12th. Dave Brockie changed that on this t-shirt. And I'm going to read you the entire back of the t-shirt because it just shows how creative and funny and out of step Dave Brockie was. Here we go. Okay, on the back of this shirt, July 25th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, McMorons. So on this thing, he's renaming the venues. These are not the real names of the venues. Who knows what, you know, the name of the venue was in Pennsylvania where he played. July 26th, Westchester, Pennsylvania, the Dirty Diaper. July 27th, Sterling. What is that? Virginia? Not sure. Anyway, Poopy Doodles. July 28th, New York, New York, Calamare Warehouse. July 29th, Clifton, New Jersey, Cluster of Rotting Huts. July 30th, Worcester. I guess that's Massachusetts. Butt Fuck Dog. Again, after I say the name of the town, the renaming of the venue by Dave Brockie commences. Here we go. July 31st, El Maria, New York, Random Laundromats. August 2nd, Cleveland, Ohio, Gay Man's Fireball. August 3rd, Cincinnati, Ohio, Some Fat Dude's Basement. August 4th, Oryville, Pennsylvania, Mary's Bread Fart. August 5th, Pa Pa Gaga FT. Not really sure what that is, but it's at a place called Mama Bamba's. I wonder what Pa 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 Gaga. Is that the name of a real town? Anyway, I'm sure. August 6th, Chicago, Illinois, Johnny Chainsaw's Urine Factory. August 6th, South Bend, Indiana, the Exploding Meth Lab. August 8th, Kadare, Wisconsin, Antelope House. August 9th, St. Paul, Minnesota, the Baby Machine. August 10th, Liverpus Canvas. I don't know if he's making fun of a town in Kansas or not, but anyway, this is what he says, Liverpus, Kansas. Gauchos Pastiche. August 11th, Fort Collins, Colorado, Stubby's Circular Moose Lodge. August 12th, Denver, Colorado, Lunge Lounge. August 13th, Stub, Alaska, Sports Towel Tavern. August 14th, Middle of Nowhere, Oregon, Abandoned Mine Shaft. August 15th, Seattle, Washington, Studio Suckass. August 16th, Portland, Oregon, the Azure Porpoise Hoarder. The Azure Porpoise Hoarder. August 17th, Turd City, IN. I don't know what that is. IN. That's not in between Oregon and California. Anyway, Horny Hollow Nudist Colony. August 18th, San Francisco, California, the Cockpit. August 19th, St. Bernard, California, Wagga Waggas. August 20th, Dill Dale. Here's another one of those WI things. Is that supposed to be Wisconsin? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's kind of stuck in there in between the dates. Anyway, August 20th, Dill Dale, WI, Crippled Baptist Annual Retreat. August 21st, Los Angeles, California, the Kicked Hippie. August 22nd, Crab Nebula, OS. Wacky's Douchemart, wherever the Crab Nebula OS is. August 23rd, Tucson, Arizona, Double Chins. August 24th, Phoenix, Arizona, the Arrogant Manor. August 25th, Roswell, New Mexico, the Idiotic Old Man. August 26th, Flagstaff, Arizona, Ballbusters. August 27th, Pantaloon, VT. Is that Vermont? Anyway, Crackers Barrel, which that couldn't be an actual date because how would he get from Flagstaff to Vermont? And then on the 28th, end up back in Austin, Texas for his show at the Tweakers Dental Benefit. August 29th, Dallas, Texas, The Bog. August 30th, Houston, Texas, Midget Soapbox Derby. August 31st, New Orleans, Louisiana, the Rim Ram Room. September 1st, Pensacola, Florida, the Cruddy Crotch. September 2nd, Tampa, Florida, Toilet Vortex. September 3rd, Worms, FRA, Tombs of the Blind Dead. I don't think that's a town. I think he's filling in days off with fantasy venues, fantasy towns, fantasy gigs, which I salute him for. That's so funny. September 4th, Miami, Florida at Jibber Jabbers. I think that's Gigi Allen type thing. Whom Gigi Allen I have no respect for. He was a white supremacist moron, and being at one of his shows would have been gross, and I'm sure you would stand there going, wow, I wish it was the Circle Jerks playing tonight instead of Gigi Allen. Although I did have a chance to go see Gigi Allen. I didn't go because he's a white power, or he was a white power moron. one, so I wouldn't go and see anything like that. Anyway, September 5th, Tallahassee, Florida, Norwal's, which Norwal, that reminds me of the movie, God, what was that movie called? It was a Christmas movie. Had the guy from Saturday Night Live in it. Anyway, he said goodbye to the Norwal. September 5th, Tallahassee, Florida. Oh, I already said that one. Dang, man, this guy got around, didn't he? September 6th, Charlotte, North Carolina, Penis Amputation Clinic. So Dave Brockie, when he went to Charlotte, North Carolina for his concert tour, he played at a penis amputation clinic, which I don't know if any other punk rock or hard rock band, if they can say this same as that. Anyway, this is a lot of reading. September 7th, Wretched, South Carolina. Is there a place, Wretched, South Carolina? I hope so. Hole in the Floor Club. I've been to one of those in Portland, Oregon. September 8th, Spartanburg, South Carolina, the Shithole. September 9th, Knoxville, Tennessee, No One Is Here Club. September 10th, Louisville, Kentucky, the Hairy Stepchild. September 11th, Morgantown, West Virginia, Tits or Teeth. I guess that's a choice there. September 12th, Washington, D.C., Fallatios. And this is the last gig on this tour of Dave Brockie Experience. Here We Blow Again, Tour 2003. Back of the tour shirt. This is the last thing written on this precious item that I am reading to you. September 13th, Roanoke, Virginia. We skipped the gig and went home. That's the end of this video. All praises to Dave Brockie for creating a tour shirt unlike any other you'll ever see. Goodbye.